Hey guys, welcome back to another very special release video for Merlin Models. Today we are talking about the very first in-stock, non-pre-order set of kits that we have ever been able to release. So with the tariff situation and all the stuff that's going on overseas, we decided to start working on what we could produce within the United States and in-house. And this is the first set of products that we're able to do with that. And we're able to produce these in small quantities weekly to be able to get them to you guys directly without having to do any special pre-orders. So let's talk about what these are. So if you've never seen these before, these are Death Star towers with turrets. And you can see that they're a really, really good size. And we've got 4 different varieties that you would be able to see in the Chronicles book and in Prop Store for auction and stuff like that. So those are the references that we used when we built each one of these. They're extremely accurate and very, very special. So the very first one that we built directly from Prop Store reference is the Hero Death Star Tower. So you can see that it's got very special guns. The arrangement of some of the parts, the kit parts that are on the turret itself, are a little bit different. And then what makes this one special, if you can see, I'm just going to kind of move this back and forth. It's a little bit hard to see on the black plastic, but there is panel lines etched on all 4 sides. And then you've got detail pieces on every single one. And what we've decided to do on this is we are including full-scale instruction manuals with a legend, and every single one of these white pieces on the back has a symbol or a letter, and all you've got to do is use the full-scale drawings, pick your panel, and then just match the symbol or letter to be able to place these. And you can use regular Tamiya thin welding cement because it works really well with the plastic. And we're using ABS plastic. These are not laser cut. We decided that laser cut was not a good method for us because it left a slightly rough surface with the cutting. So every single piece is CNC cut to incredible accuracy. Within this, you're able to take the tower off, put it back on. It is fully rotational. And then if we look at this cutaway tower, you're going to see that there is a aluminum pole in the center that connects the top and the bottom and creates a very rigid structure. When you're working with this cutaway tower version, you're going to be able to paint the inside of your panels red, and then you can choose to paint your pole black or red so that it hides. Or if you really wanted to, you could balance the construction of this to be able to remove the pole. It is possible, but we wanted to make sure that the pole was still a central aspect to make it strong. This one has the full set of scaffold pieces. These are all styrene. And again, we've got the CNC cut parts. And then this one uses what we call the standard turret, which has different gun barrels, and the positioning of some of the parts are just a little bit different. So that is what the standard tower is. Then the way that you get your designs on this one and all the other ones is that you would reference the Chronicles book or some reference through Google, and you can see different examples of how they used just a variety of airbrushing and then ink with rulers and hand-drawn lines. And it looks really good, and we'll be able to provide examples of that through our Discord channel so that you have some reference material. So this one and this one both are painted in that same fashion. So this would be considered just a basic standard turret where everything is painted, and then it uses the standard top as well. Again, it still has the metal support inside. You can still take the top off and put the top on. Everything fits fantastically, fully CNC cut. So those 2 are our standards. And then finally, one of the really cool pieces is our Scaffold version, which also includes a custom-built crane. And we tried to match the design as best as we could. Every single piece of this is a Greebly part, so nothing was created just out of the blue. We use Greeblies from model kits for every single piece, and this looks absolutely fantastic with all of its details. And then on the front of the scaffold, you've also got the actual Greeblies from the Chronicles book that we found and matched. So all of those are exact to the real one. Then you've got these white, slightly translucent panels that you can paint your designs onto. And this one looks absolutely epic, and it's also got a very simple base so that you can make sure that everything sits nice and square and level. So you can make small adjustments and then just fill the gaps with some putty. So all 4 of these are in stock in small quantities right now. So on average, as we start selling through these, there's going to be an up to 7-day wait period just to make sure that we can make them. But right now we've got some stock and it's ready to go. So if you order them now, then they'll ship out on our next shipping day, which is fantastic. And we're going to produce more of these numbers every single week. So let's talk about the pricing. Pricing on these is actually going to be really good. This is going to be one of the least expensive kits that you can buy, which means that you can buy all of them if you want to. We encourage you to do that. So anything that has the CNC cut parts is going to be $349.99, and that's going to be on sale for the next month or two. So each one of these, $349.99. And then the scaffold version, while it is a much more difficult kit to build, and again, we also include full-scale, 2-scale instructions that you can actually just lay the styrene on the instruction manual and build these, and it walks you through the process. Every single one has its own fully to scale drawing instructions. Very cool. But anyway, this one, even though it has a more complex structure, the styrene is a little bit less expensive to manufacture, and it doesn't include the turret head. So this is only going to be $299. So $299 instead of $349. And if you wish, you can buy a turret head, just the standard head, by itself. So if you wanted to create a structure in the top with some of the extra styrene and put a turret on there, you could do that as well, but that is going to be a separate accessory purchase. So again, all of this is available as of right now. So go ahead and place your order. Those first people that are able to get the ones that are in stock will be able to get those shipped directly. And then we're going to continue to make these every single week along with all the other projects that we're working on. And don't forget, right now we're dealing with lots of issues with the tariffs and stuff. So that's why the products that we've produced overseas are taking a little bit longer. So right now we are going to focus on internalizing some of the small projects and focus on being able to get some less expensive models out just like this, so that you guys have stuff that you can build and buy while you're waiting for the big kits to be able to come in. So everything's still working. We're really excited to have new painters on staff and a new model maker on staff. So a lot of other things are being able to get sped up while we're working on everything else. So things are going really well. One note, we want to make sure that people that have signed up for Models Plus, while you're waiting on the large kits that are being slowly produced and beginning to be produced, like the B-Wing that we announced just recently, since you guys are part of the Models Plus, we made it clear that there was going to be special gifts that would be given during this period of time. One of those gifts is going to be receiving one of these turrets. So we're going to reach out to you guys through email and see which one you guys want, and you're going to get that for free. And just FYI, for those of you who signed up, as we produce these smaller kits, those smaller kits you guys will be able to get for free during the time period that we're developing all the other ones. So that is one of the major perks for being a part of Models Plus. And I'm sorry that that Models Plus is closed right now, but that's the great perk for those guys who really helps to support us. So thanks again. Bye.